I'm 30, I'm single, and I thought I would be married by now. Hello everybody, welcome back for another video, and if you're new here, my name is AJ. Get a seat, pull it up, drag it up, I'll put the kettle on, we'll have a cup of tea or two. So I'm so excited to come in here and have a yarn about a topic that I have touched on my other social media platforms, talking about being 30, talking about dating, even when my late 20s dating, and just talk about how horrific and how terrible, how tough it is, how messy it is, and particularly when you thought you'd be married by now. So let's get into it. Sorry guys, I just had to adjust my hair because we're about to have a proper yarn up. So let's get into it. So first of all, let's go into the premise that for some reason in my heart, I always thought that by now I would meet my other half. Maybe I've already met him, but we ain't together. We ain't linked up. But let's get into that. For some reason by now, I always thought that I would meet my other half. I always thought that we would be married. I always thought that we would have a life together. We would be building. I just never imagined myself being single. Now, what's really interesting, even though I became a mum, I never thought that that would impact me to this extreme. I never thought that just because I had a child that would prevent me from meeting my other half or the person that I thought that I would be married with, because I'm a strong believer that everything happens for a reason. And the fact that I am a single mum is something to me that was always going to be the case. My daughter was always going to be here when she was supposed to be here because my baby runs on her time, not anyone else's. So getting back into the yarn. So being 30 and being single, it is such a different experience. The pool of men, my own experience, my own values behind people, my own values of what love is. And guys, even my level of optimism has greatly or drastically reduced, and I'm okay with that because it's called realism. I feel like a lot of the time old AJ was like disillusioned. Like for some reason I thought that, oh, you know, there's this, there's that, there's this, there's that, but at the end of the day you could find, or you would find, no. It is like finding a diamond in a haystack, a needle in a haystack, let me tell you that much. Now, I'm not going to get entirely into a conversation about misogyny because I feel like that in itself could be its own video. And I also want to state that what I'm talking about dating, I'm exclusively talking about men, that I am straight, so that is kind of my experience. But I feel like a lot of people from the queer community can relate to this, and from some of my other posts, many people have reached out. So in regards to men, I feel like that kind of really strong notion of misogyny greatly interplays with dating. The power dynamics, that kind of role of traditionalism, which is like so wasted and so washed out. Another big thing that I see in men now since turning 30, like compared to my early 20s, is their weakness. I see how weak they are. I see how willing they are to prey on women. And the fact that I have a daughter is also another really important element. I have talked about this online, but when I'm dating somebody, when I'm talking to them, I will not tell them that I have a child until I'm getting ready to meet them, or maybe even after the first time that I've met them, after I've kind of like vetted or like checked them out somewhat. Because a reason that many men continue to talk to women is when they are single, so they could be more predatory, but also in saying that they could be looking to exploit women. Because since dating in my 30s, I've really realized how men see us as having children as a deficit, so it makes us desperate and makes us think like,
oh my god, this man wants me and I already have a kid. This is, you know, I'm so grateful for this opportunity.
Scrap that, honey, scrap that. But unfortunately, that's how many of them think in their kind of twisted and warped minds. So first of all, I have a protectionism over my daughter, and I don't want them to know that because that may again be predatory in nature. But also in saying that as well, there are aspects about yourself that you should not tell people, you know, more personal things, maybe experiences that you may have, or things that impact you, like your health or your mental health, different things like that. I just don't think anyone and everyone is deserving to know. So in saying that, back to this kind of dating while 30 and losing optimism and kind of just looking critically at men, I also look critically at people. So I want to make that clear as well. When I'm like getting to create new friendships, getting to know people, I'm definitely a lot more aware of what red flags are, and importantly, what I'm not going to put up with. I have ended friendships with people because of the way they treated me or the way they spoke to me, when the old Alicia would kind of be willing to kind of give them another chance, go back in and try again. The new me is just like, no, you made your decision. That's what you wanted to do. You decided to treat me like that. You decided to disrespect me in that manner. That's your decision. Go for it. But I need to make my decision around setting some boundaries and deciding what I think is best for me. And that has greatly pulled over or bubbled over into my dating dating. Now, funnily enough, guys, when I was younger, I was so much more insecure, so much less certain with myself. Not about my daughter, but maybe more about my appearance. I always have celebrated and loved being a bigger woman, but I was definitely more nervous when meeting new people, getting them to see me, or me meeting them for the first time. I was definitely like a lot more nervous. Now the new me just pulls up and I'm like, hey, if they don't like what they see, that's great, on to the next. If you're not interested in me, that's great. If I'm not your type, that's great, on to the next. I don't need a bar of you and you don't need a bar of me. Don't waste my time, I won't waste your time. Time is money, time is precious. Deuces. That's my first point. Is like, another point is like confident with meeting new people combined with the red flags. I feel like I'm so much more alert and so much more aware. But in saying that, pool of men in Sydney, definitely a caliber of their own. There are a variety of red flags when dating men. Also, when you are independent financially, when you earn your own money, there are plenty of men that want you to be their sugar mama, that want you to pay for them and take care of them. Let me tell you, I have literally met a man online. I think he was 2 years younger than me, and he literally asked to be my sugar baby. He was like, you dress so well, you dress so nice, can I be your sugar baby? I swear to God, I wish I was lying. Oh Lord. So I'm telling you, there's just so many predators out there. There are so many scammers out there. There are so many men out there that'll just use you and abuse you and take what they want. But when you start setting up the paradigms, when you show them that, no, I'm in charge of this ship, I'm steering it. When you show them, no, I'm not putting up with that, we're not going to do that here, we're not going to run that here, it kind of weirds them out, so they'll kind of run away. And some men love it. Like, don't get it twisted. Some men really love women who are in control, who are assertive, who know what they want, know what they don't want. Some men find it really attractive and the others just run for the hill. Now, it is really hard being single and 30. Like, there are life decisions that I'm about to be making, like deciding where I want to move, where I want to purchase a home, my first mortgage, booking a holiday for Emily and I always thought that I would have someone, like, I'm booking a holiday for me and Emily to go to Fiji. I always thought that this is our first international trip together, my second international trip ever, and I always thought that I'd have a partner. You know, I always thought that I would have somebody coming with me that would be something that we can celebrate together, but unfortunately that is just not the case. But in saying that, taking pride at the blessing that is that I can afford to do that for my daughter and I, in saying that as well, it's also the emotional stuff. Like, I go through a lot in life and a lot of things that I need to navigate, and I wish I kind of had someone that I could confide in, somebody that I could trust in, somebody that could give me advice from their heart and support. But let's get into the second part of this video. I wanted to call it like why I'm happy I'm single, but I thought it kind of intertwines with this kind of yarn. I'm 30 and I'm single and I thought I'd be married now. I actually see it as a big blessing, because there are so many people, I know so many marriages, and I'm not taking pleasure in this, I'm not taking joy in this, so many people's marriages that have ended in their early 20s, so many people rushed to get married, so many people got married because they were like me, that was just like, where's my other half, where's my other half, that are in happy marriages, that are putting up with men or partners that are abusive, that are toxic, but even that are just really nasty and really put them down from reaching their full potential. So that's something that I see a really big blessing in, and hopefully with the content that I create is the empowerment that I feel with being single. I don't have somebody putting me down, making me feel unworthy, or stopping my growth and development. That is really a freedom that I have, and unfortunately there are a lot of people and a lot of women out there that do not have that privilege. And it's crazy how fear of what other people may or may not say is a driving force for them to stay in these relationships. So again, I don't want to romanticize being single and act like it's fabulous and magical, but it low-key is fabulous and magical. It's the most amazing feeling going to bed and not having to worry about someone's A, B, C, or D, or worrying about that somebody said A, B, C, or D. It's an amazing feeling to do what I want, make the decisions that I want, purchase what I want, go where I want, pick where, again, I wanted to buy a home. It's like really empowering to have full control and full choice, but it is a little bit bitter. And I think I would definitely rather choose that bitterness than picking someone, dating somebody, getting in a relationship with somebody from the caliber of men available that I have seen and genuinely have really concerns for. If I could pick any of those, I would rather be single. Now, also on the love side of things, I really feel like this might be the year that person, again, I might already know them, like they might already be in my life, but I really feel like this is a year that that person is going to come into my life and come into my life in that manner where I'm like settling down, like looking at getting married or like maybe more children or a mortgage or a home together or a life together. I'm like really feeling that in my heart, that there's this really strong calling that may start manifesting for me this year. But in saying that as well, I'm so focused on achieving my own goals this year, focusing on Emily and I and the beauty that is our mother and daughter relationship. That is definitely my priority. And you guys would have seen some of my other content like about being burnt out, being exhausted, trying to figure out where I want to go this year, trying to figure out what I want to achieve, what are my new goals, because walking into my 30s, like irregardless if you see this or this date or this year as a big achievement or not, I definitely do. I definitely see the symbolism in opening a new chapter and going into a new decade. And if that's single, it's single, so be it. But I'm really confident and I'm really proud to say that I'm single and I'm okay with it. And hopefully I'm encouraging other women out there to know that being single is okay, to know that being a single mother is okay. When our society tells us that there's something wrong with us, when our society makes us feel bad that we're single, you shouldn't. Take pride in knowing that you chose to walk away from a situation that was, or maybe that person walked away from you, that was ultimately unhealthy and toxic. And you know, that empowering feeling that comes from, you know, standing strong. So I'm gonna keep you guys updated with how this whole dating thing is going. And even though by now I thought I would be married, I am, as you can tell from this video, grateful that I am not in an unhappy marriage, but also in saying that, allowing myself to have hope and to dream that this may manifest in the years to come. And if it doesn't, I'm investing in growing and learning and reshaping my own identity as a single woman in my 30s. Now, I definitely will be coming back with a part 2 to keep you guys updated on my quest or my search, see what happens. I'm definitely actively trying to meet new people, putting myself, you know, in different spaces, going to different events, doing things that I typically would never have done. I'm definitely a big believer in that. If you want great outcomes or you want great achievements, you have to be willing to put in that work. And arguably a lot of that work is making myself the best version of myself. Make me be in a position where I'm ready to receive love, I'm ready to give love, and I'm ready to grow in a way that I have never have before. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments, are you single? Were you single during your 30s? Are you in a relationship that makes you feel happy, that is building, that is growth? How do you navigate the tough times? Because there always are them. I am really excited to hear from you. So let me know in the comments what's your thoughts. As always, I love and adore you guys so much. Thank you for watching this video, and I gotta go because my mother is calling me. Love you guys. Bye.